YouTube, hello. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys had a great week. I didn't have such a great week this week. I had my first red week. I know, first red week in a long time. But it's part of the lessons, and I will explain everything on the charts, how everything went, what went through my head, and yeah, let's dive in. And any lessons I took, I will explain everything, because I'm gonna be as transparent as I can be. It's 5 years in this journey, and I have been through all the ups, all the downs. So this doesn't really affect me that much. It's just, I know that this is part of the career I chose, right? And yeah, let's go through the charts. Let's go through what I was seeing for the week, what I done wrong, what I done right, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. So let's dive in. And everything I will say here, okay, will be, I will show you guys screenshots of the trades that I took also, okay? This is not just me faffling around, this is me being honest. And yeah, so I had my first red week this week in a long time, especially after such an amazing August that we had, amazing July also. And yeah, so let's run through some stuff first, right? And so at the start of the week, okay, let's put it this way, right? We traders, we go through these phases, right? Yeah. If you call it the boom and bust. So we're booming, we bust, we boom, we bust, we boom, and we bust, right? But the more years and experience that you have, you're going to be in this area here, right? You're going to be more in this area. Maybe you're going to come back here, maybe you're going to come back here, maybe you're going to do that, right? And at the start of the week, again, most of the time I'm here. I'm pretty balanced, right? But because of how my August came and how my July went and how I'm reading price action at the start, right? Especially at the start of this year also, right? My confidence has been here, to be honest with you. My confidence has been here, right? In this area, come back a little bit, come back a little bit. This week, I started here, right? I started here, and midweek I was here, and then at the end of the week I was back here again, right? So it's pretty good, I would say. Of course, we traders, we have to balance our own emotions, right? We have to manage our own expectations. So if I run through price action with views, like, but not even price action, but what I was, my biggest lessons I took from this week, to be honest with you guys, is more, because I was bullish, right? I was bullish at the start of the week, right? At the start of the week, I wanted to see the weekly candle finish bullish, right? So this is exactly what we got. Okay, we came into the market bullish because of many factors, right? Many factors such as this OB getting respected, okay? The 50% of this OB also being respected also. And if you look at ES, right? ES did not take the 18th of August candles low out, whereas we did so last week, right? Last week on the 2nd of September, we took out this low on Nasdaq. But if you go have a look on ES, we did not take this candle here, the 18th, as you can see. So that's a huge SMT there in play, right? So coming into this week, I was very bullish, right, towards these highs, right? if we go look at NQ1, right, is the previous month's highs and is also all-time highs. Okay. And my biggest mistake this week was not taking enough partials at the right areas when I was shorting. I was shorting so so back to the point, I was shorting price in some areas to seek some type of session liquidity, right? And because I was so bullish on the week at the start of the week, I didn't have this in the back of my mind while trading, right? That's one thing that we also have to be looking at also, is how the price is approaching us, and so on, right? But at the end of the day, right, what really took away was you have to be aggressive with your TPs and your partials at the right areas when price tells you so. If we go look at Monday, for example, let's put it that way, is I had a short here, right? had a short here around this area, around lunchtime area, towards these equal lows that we have created. But I didn't take a message from the market in terms of ES coming lower to the equal lows when I took heavy partials here, and the image will be down just above, and then it took me out for break even. I was like, okay, that's fine, because it was also at the end of the day, so I was like, okay, I'm happy to just clock out. Then then Tuesday came into play, and I was long. I was expecting previous day's high to be taken, which was this, right? And I was long around this area here in London session. Then a mistake that I don't usually do this, right? A mistake I don't usually do this is I took it long around here somewhere. I'll show you screenshots just down about just above. Then I had my stop trailed here, right? I had my stop trailed here, and for some reason I took my stop out of here because I knew that this was the previous day's high. That was my drawn liquidity. So for me, London setups has two ways of doing it, right? I look at London in terms of either it's going to make the high of the day or the low of the day in some aspects, right? In indices is a bit trickier. That's why I like to take more heavier partials during London towards key levels. So my key level on Tuesday was obviously the previous day's highs, and we failed with that. So that's why I managed my stop aggressively towards these lows, right? So I took a trade here. Now I took another trade here, and then of course I traded my stop there because this is the last line I want to see price, because we also left these equal lows intact, and it was a day prior to PPI also, so London could be a bit sloppy. Then what I saw was price starting to dump here, and I was like, okay, if we're bullish because we stopped right underneath that area, and ES was already trading above the previous day's highs. Okay, so there was an SMT there, but I was seeing NQ as the lagging out of the three assets, because while ES is already trading above all-time highs, NQ wasn't at that point. So I was seeing NQ as the lagging asset behind the two of them. So I was expecting that high to be taken, this low to be my invalidation point. If price takes out this low, then we're most likely going to go towards these lows here that formed during London session, as this was a clear line of liquidity, right? So as soon as price stopped a few handles away from the previous day high, my stop was aggressively managed, but I didn't. Then I moved my stop back to where my original stop was, here, right? And then I took a bigger loss due to the fact that I managed it not according to my plan. So that was also lesson number 2, not sticking to the plan and sticking to my beliefs. The market will humble your beliefs if they're not aligned with the current market structure, right? So yeah, that was that, and that's what happened Wednesday. That's when, so you see all these emotions that were built Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday came in and I had so much tension because I didn't do the right things to balance my emotions coming into Wednesday, and I went on full tilt on one account. And like I said, I was about $400 away from blowing the account on top step. And that's what happened, because then what happened after I blew up on Wednesday, right? Thursday and Friday, my sessions were a lot more cleaner, a lot more, I was more mentally stable. I didn't have as much tension as I did on Wednesday because of what happened on Tuesday and Monday, right? Taking out for break even, I was happy in some aspects. I should have followed the plan a bit more. The sales, I should have taken a message from the market and be content with what I had. I think I was like up $800 on these sales, right? And then came into Tuesday a bit more calmer and more in a cleaner state of mind. But I didn't. So when we are also looking at market, right? We look, if we're trading Wednesday, we're looking at what happened Tuesday, right? If we're trading Tuesday, and what happened Monday, and so on and so on. So that's how I manage my trading. Is I look what happened the previous days, the previous sessions, and so on and so on. So that's one of the lessons I took. I hope you guys find this video interesting, because it is one of them weeks that you learn a lot and you get back to this area where you want to be trading. So now coming into next week, I am in this area, okay? And I got into this area after Wednesday's trading session because I knew I fucked up. I knew I had so much tension and I got it out in the wrong way. Of course, you don't want to be getting out in the market, but at the end of the day, we are traders, we are humans, we all make mistakes, right? Even the most professional traders in the world make this same mistake. Someone I look up to, for example, is Jade Cap. I'm not sure if you guys know him or not, but I'm assuming so. He also goes on tilt, right? He and he's open about it also, and that's a good thing, right? It makes you realize, okay, we all have these emotions, we all have these type of temptations and ways of dealing with certain things, but it's not about how you fall, it's how you get up, okay? At the end of the day, if you fall and you fall hard, it's hard to recover, right? So on Wednesday, when I nearly blew up, right, one account, and here's the fact, here's the thing, I knew I was going on tilt when I stopped because I copy two of my accounts. I copy them because I've already had nice payouts from them, so I copy them because now I'm very risk free from them and stuff like that. So I copy two of them and then I trade two individually until I get enough payouts from them two, and then I moved on, and then I move on again to copying them. But I knew I was going to tilt when I copy traded one of them, and I had to go out of my way to go and copy and click the button of do not copy this account, right? I had to go out of my way to do it. So I knew I was going to tilt, but I just couldn't do nothing about it. And in the moment, I couldn't do nothing about it because I was tilting. I was trying to revenge trading, right? So that's also one of the lessons also. So yeah, so lesson number one is when we're so bullish, especially in all-time high areas, any shorting, you have to be aggressive, especially if it comes down to time of the week, right? It's very important. And I knew that Tuesday had a big opportunity of coming shorts also, because it's Tuesday. Tuesday has the likelihood of making a low or high of the week, right? Tuesdays normally we see a retracement depending on what happened Monday, okay? And as you can see, we didn't take Monday's highs on lows on Tuesday, but we did take it on ES. So that's also another SMT. And yeah, I mean, I haven't got much to really say about that. I just thought I would come here, as I hadn't really had any idea what to do for YouTube. So I thought I would just share what happened this week, and I want to be as transparent as I can be for you guys, because at the end of the day, even though I am a consistent profitable trader, I still make mistakes. We all still mistakes, and you have to accept that we're gonna be making mistakes throughout all our journey, because at the end of the day, this is our job. All right, this is our job. Our job is to manage ourselves. Sometimes we won't go. Sometimes, for example, tomorrow I might be super happy. The next day I might be sad. Okay, life is that way. Okay, you just have to show up no matter what. You have to show up. You have to play the edge, and you have to do what you know what you need to do, which is to follow the edge. So Monday I followed the plan, right? Monday I followed the plan, even though I didn't take my position off when I should have, right? I still took partials. I still went at break even when price told me to go to break even. Tuesday was when I didn't follow the edge here. Well, I didn't follow my plan, not the edge, because I followed the edge, just not the plan. Wednesday, I went on full blown. Thursday, I was back at reset. So you see how all these emotions build up, and the emotions build up by these candlesticks. And if we don't do the right things that we need to do to manage ourselves, because then Thursday I went longs, then Friday I also went longs, and yeah, so that was that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and make sure if you like the videos, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment also. And then if you want to get in touch, follow me on my Twitter and follow me on Instagram, which the links are down below. And let's keep going. Let's keep making money together. Let's keep growing together. And yeah, peace.